Okay, hello. We are going to see this lab program. Two programs we are going to see. So one is 13th program. Another one is 15th program. So 13th program is a file program. So what is this program is? Suppose the question is given like that. So there are two files existing. One is let it be a student file. Another one is USN file. So this file, the student file should contain the names of all the students, and the USN file will contain the USN of all the students. Now, you have to read the names of the students from the student file and the USN from the USN file, and then you have to write it into the output file. Okay, so there are two input files and there is one output file. So one input file is a student, names will be stored, and the USN names of these students will be stored in the file. And then these two files, you have to read it and then write into another file, that is an output file. Now, after writing to the output file, the next step is you have to read the contents of this output file and then print into the screen. That is the output device. Okay, so and then you have to display it. So whenever you are displaying it, you can see that the student name has to be displayed and the USN has to be displayed in this format. So this is the one which we are going to see now. Okay, now here there are two ways of doing it. One is you can save the names of the students in one file. That is, you can pre-create the input files. That means the input file is getting pre-created and then writing to the output file. Okay, that means you can create two file names, that is student, one is student, another one is USN, and store the student names in the first file and store the USN names in the second file. Okay, so you are pre-creating the input files and then reading from it. Another one is like you are reading the input live. That means the user is entering the details simultaneously, it is going and writing into the file. That means the input files are not going to be pre-created. It is created on the time, at the same time the user is writing the contents. Okay, so the latter one, that is the second one we are going to see. That means you are creating the file through the user, through the keyboard. So the input will be read through the keyboard and write into the two input files. After writing into the two input files, you have to open these two input files and then read the contents from these input files and write into another file, that is an output file. So what all have to be written into the output file? The names of the students from the first file and the USN from the second file. Okay, after writing into the output file, what if you are writing only to the output file, it will not be displayed on the screen. So in order to display on the screen, you have to again you have to again read from the output file and then print to the output screen. Okay, so we are going to do from the scratch. That means reading the input from the user. From the user means what? Through the keyboard, read the input, write into the input file, the contents from the input file and then write it into the output file. Then next step is read from the output file and print to the output screen. So here you can read the inputs from a text file, that is a data file. Or in my program, what we have done is I'm creating the input file as a C file itself. Why it is? Because here I'm using a normal Turbo C editor. If I want to check it, the contents of this text file, again you have to exit from this window and then take it. So if I'm creating as a C file directly from the editor, I can open it. Okay, so the file extension can be anything. It can be a data file or it can also be a C file. Now, in my program, I'm using two input files. So the name of the input file, I'm giving it as student1.c because I'm already using student.c for some other purpose. For some other program, I have already used this file name. So I want to retain the same file name for the previous program. So I'm taking the input file name, let it be student1.c. When you are creating the program, you can use your own file name. There is no restriction. That is all user's convenience. So the thing is, there should be two input files. So in this program, the first file, the file name I'm giving it as student1.c, which will contain the student names, and the second input file name, let it be usn1.c, and this will contain all the user names. Okay, and then after creating these two files, what is the next thing? You have to read the names of the students from student1.c, and similarly, you have to read the names from usn1.c and write to an output file. Let the name of this output file, let it be output.output1.c. Okay, so this is not a spelling mistake, it is output1.c. Okay, I'm saving it. Now, next one is we will go and see the program now. So this is my program. So what is the first step? You have to declare how many file pointers you have to create. There are 3 file pointers. What are these 3 file pointers? There are 2 input files. Okay, isn't it? 2 input files. Then how many output files will be there? There is 1 output file. Okay, so these are the files we are going to use. Because of that, how many file pointers you require? There are 2 file pointers. Let it be fp1 and fp2 be the input files, and fp3 let it be for the output file. So there are 2 input files and 1 output file. Spelling mistake. Okay, this is the output file. Now see here, so you have to declare the file pointer. So file, we have, see, how do you declare the file pointers? By using the file. So file should be in a capital letter. What is it? The file is a pointer to a structure type defined file structure, which we already seen in the theory. So you have to declare the file pointer variables. Let it be fp1 and fp2. These are for the input files, and fp3 let it be to represent the output file. Okay, now these are the variable declarations. I have told you in the class also, as and when we require the variable, at that time we will declare. So we will not mug up all those things and declare. How do you do a programming? Good programming, as and when you require what to be required as an input, we'll start declaring the variables. So for the time being, we know these are the file pointers which we are going to use. Now, what is the first input you have to take? You should know how many students are there. So first we will be entering the names of the students. We will be reading into a variable n. So you will be declaring int n. That is, the count is an integer number. So you'll be reading into the variable n. Now, what is the next step? You have to read the names of the students from the keyboard. From the keyboard means user is giving the names of the students. Similarly, we should also read the USN of the n number of students. So first thing is, we are going to read the names of n students from the keyboard, and you have to write into the first file. What is the name of the first file we are giving? It is student1.c. Okay, now first step is what? You have to open the first. So a file will be internally represented only with the help of a file pointer. So if fp1 is a file pointer, we are going to use for the first file. So how do you write fp1 equal to fopen? Name of the file we are giving it as student1.c. Put it in the double quotes, comma. In which mode we have to open? We have to open in the write mode. Why write mode? Because you are going to read the names from the keyboard and writing into the first file. Okay. Now, so n number of students names we have to read it. So how do you read n number of students? You have to use a loop. We are using the for loop. So how do you write for I equal to 1? So declare the variable I. It is an integer variable. So for I equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. You have to read the names from the keyboard. So how do you read it? Scanf. So names is a character array. Okay, names is a string. So you have to declare a character array, character name of 20. Okay, this the number of characters I have given it as maximum 20. So the name is a string, so you have to read it as a string, and since it is a string, don't use ampersand over here, because string is a character array string. You should not use an ampersand. So what is the name of the character array? It is name. So you are reading the names of the students in the character array name. Simultaneously, once you read the first name, simultaneously we have to write that particular name in the file. So the first file, what is a file pointer? So you have to write into the file. How do you write into the file? By using fprintf. So what are the parameters? You have to write the file pointer to which we are going to write. So write the name into the file which is pointed by fp1. So the remaining format is the same as your printf. So what is it? Is a string, and then from where we have to read, because after reading the names from the keyboard, it will be stored in the character array name. Similarly, we have to print into the file pointed by fp1 from the files which are stored in the character array name. So one by one, it will read from the keyboard and simultaneously print into the first file which is pointed by fp1. Okay, so what is the name of the file? It is student1.c. Now, after using it, we have already seen that what is the usage of the order of usage of a file. It is you have to open the file in a particular mode. We have opened in a particular mode, a write mode, and then after writing into the file, you have to close the file. So you will be closing the first file which is pointed by fp1. Okay, now after that, the same thing. So you have read the names of the students into the first file. Second thing is you have to read the names of the USN into the second file. So enter the USN of person ID, these many number of students for the second file, and number of students into the second file. Then second file also we have to open in the write mode, because we are going to read the USN from the keyboard and then printing into the or write into the second file. So you have to open the second file in write mode. Name of the file we have already given as usn1.c. Now, so by using a for loop, you will be reading the names of the students. USN is an integer, so you'll be reading by using ampersand USN. The format specifier is %d, and you read the first USN from the user. Simultaneously, we have to print into the file. So which file we have to print? To the second file. So second file is identified by the file pointer fp2, and you have to print the USN into the second file. Same like how you are printing the names. After that, what you have to do, you have to close the file. Okay, so what we have done till now, read the contents. We have already read the contents into the first file. What are the contents? Student names into the first file and USN names into the second file. Now, so two input files we have created. Now, what is the next step? Again, you have to read the names from student1.c and USN from the second file usn1.c, and then you have to write into the output file output1.c. So again, we have to open these files. So first two files we have to open in the write mode, and the output file we have to write to open in the first two files we have to open in the read mode, and the output file we have to open into the write mode. Okay. Now, so we will open the first file in the read mode. So fp1. So first file of what is a file pointer? It is fp1. So fp1 equal to fopen student1.c in the read mode, because we are going to read the names of the students. Now, whenever we are reading, we are trying to open a file in the read mode, we will check whether it is possible, any error, any problem in opening the file. Because we have studied that if you are going to open a file in the read mode, the file must exist. So we are checking if otherwise, if any problem in opening the file, it will return a null value. So that is what we are checking. If fp1 equal to null, so it is, we cannot open it. We'll give a printf statement error in opening. And why we are giving get ch? If I'm giving the exit of 0, immediately it will exit before printing it. So to get that string, we are giving get ch. Okay. Now, similarly, what is the next one? We have to open the second file also in the read mode. What is the name of the second file? usn1.c. File pointer is fp2. So we will be opening this file in the read mode. Again, we are checking whether what value this fp2 is returning. Suppose this is successful, what value it will be returning? It will always return the address of the first, that is the starting location of the file which is being opened. Otherwise, it will be returning a null value. If it is a null value, there is an error in opening the file. Now, similarly, we have to open the third file. What is the third file? It is your output file in the write mode. Why we have to open in the write mode? Because we are going to read the contents from the first file and the second file, and you are going to write into the third file. So we are opening in the write mode. So fp3, fopen, the name of the file which you are given. These are all identifiers. So output1.c, and then you have to open in the write mode. Now, next one is, this is what is happening. That is, you have to read from the first two files and write into the third file. So while not file end of, until the end of the first file is reached. Similarly, until the end of the second file is reached. That is a condition which we are giving. Not file end of file, and this is a logical operator, and not file end of fp2. What is the meaning of that? Until. So you have to start reading the contents of the both the files until the end of the file is reached. So it will keep on reading from the first file and the second file. What all things you have to read? You have to read from the first file. So how do you read from the first file? fscanf fp1. What things you have to read? You have to read the names from the first file. So this is a format specifier for percentages, and what is a variable name? It is name. Similarly, you have to read the USN from the second file. So fscanf fp2. What you have to read? It is a USN. So that's why we are giving %. So you will read the name from the first file, you will read the USN from the second file, and you will have to print into the third file. So how do you print it in the third, or you have to write into the third file? So how do you write? fprintf fp3. So what all contents you have to write? You have to write the name as well as the USN. So both the format specifier. So you will be printing in such a way that tab space we are giving name followed by the USN. So by this while loop, you will read the names from the first file, and as well as the USN from the second file, and you will write into the third file. Okay. Now, after performing this operation, what you have to do? You have to close all the files. So we have opened 3 files. So 2 files we open in the read mode and third file we open in the write mode. So we have to close all the 3 files. Now, if you are seeing it, your file is created, output file is created, but it is not moved to the screen. So you have to move to the screen. So that is a final step. So what is the final step? You have to read the contents from the output file and print to the screen. So open the output file in the read mode. Okay, so you will open the output file in the read mode. Whenever we are performing any opening by using the read mode, what you will do, you will check whether it is possible to open or not. So we are checking whether it is open or not. If it is equal to null, it is error in opening. Otherwise, what you have to do, you have to print to the output screen. So you're just giving, these are all for the beautification purpose, like we are giving a printer statement, name and USN. Now, we are using this while loop. For what purpose? You have to read from the output file and print to the screen. So until the file end of file of FP3. What is the meaning of that? Until the end of the contents of the third file is reached. So not file end of file of FP3. This is a condition which you are giving. So until the end of the contents of the third file is reached, you have to read the contents from the third file. So what are the contents of the third file? It will contain both name and USN. So read from the third file. So how do you write? fscanf fp3. What are the contents to be read? That is, name should be read. Name is a string. So format specifier is percentages. USN is an integer. So %d. So this will be reading, and then simultaneously we have to print on the screen. So for be careful. How do we print on the screen? Don't write fprintf. You have to print on the screen. So how do we? What is a function to print on the screen? It is printf. So printf what all contents and USN. Okay, so after that, what you will get, what is the final step? You have to close this file. Okay, so this is our program. Now we are going to run this program. Okay, so I'll save this. I made some little changes, some spelling mistake was there. Now we'll see this. So first we have to compile the program. I'm going to compile the program. Okay, no errors. I'm going to run the program. Now see here, enter the number of students. Suppose I'm going to give the names of 4 students. Okay, so I'll give and Sam, I will give, then which one I'll give? Okay, Bini, I'll give, which one I'll give? Zera. Okay, so the 4 names I have entered. Now USN of the students, let it be 11. Then what are the things? Randomly we'll give 15, then 90. So these are, now when I'm pressing 6, this is the output which is being generated. Did you see the output? Now this is the output which is printed on the screen. Now in addition to this, we also have to, okay, one second, we also have to see the contents. It will ask you whether you are reloading from the disk A. Yes, you have to give yes. Now we have created the files also, right? So we will open the files. So first file, what is the file name we have given? Student, right? Student1.c. Okay, student1.c was the file name which we have given to read the contents. See, these are the names of the files I have entered: Anne, Sam, Vinny, and Zera. Okay, so it has written into the first. Similarly, what is the name of the second file we have given? It is USN, isn't it? USN1.c was the file name we gave. See, USN1.c. So these are the file and USN numbers we entered. Similarly, what is the name of the output file we gave? It is output1.c. See all the 3 files created. Okay, so you are reading the contents from the user and then writing to the output screen. So these are the inputs. You not only it is printing to the screen, at the same time it is also printing to the files. Okay, so this is your program. So we'll close it and we'll see the next one. Okay, I'll close all those. I'll exit. Okay, we'll stop it. Stop the recording.